Hey everyone, welcome back to Mitchell Marcus. Today we're going to be going over two things, a MES trade that I took this morning as well as my ASML position and what's going on with that. As you can see on the screen, we're going to start with ASML. It has hit my target of 850, currently trading at 927.80 per share. At 850, I actually closed all of my option positions. There was no reason for me to hold anymore. I was very leveraged there and held some very good risk management. This was a position that only took about 3 weeks for execution. So option positions are closed and I do have some shares open. I'm going to ride the shares potentially till 950 before I close out. This is what we try to do here, guys. We try to time it properly, execute properly, have good risk management, and try to leverage what we can, and that's how we get such good success here. So with ASML, it's one that I've been watching for a long time. As you guys have seen, I made a video about it a few weeks ago when I was entering the position, and just look at this perfect execution here over the EMAs across the 0.5. And it completely shot up. In the tech space, this position was lagging behind a lot of other securities when the fundamentals were far superior. This was one I don't know how so many people miss this position. Took a lot of time looking at ASML as we had suggested. The entry point was 710 here, so got in around between 705 and 738 were my positions when I had added on. Completely blew out the target, and there was no reason to hold the contracts any longer after that. Okay, so on this 0.5, there's a fill gap, and once we hit that fill gap and started adding on around 710 here, I waited for the EMA crossovers, got that, added on larger position, and took out at my target 850. So it was a good trade. Was just doing a recap on that to let you guys know where we are with the ASML position. I would not add any more if you're not in already. As you can see on my sheets is red. This is a no buy zone. And now we're going to roll on over to my MES trade today, now that we have that on the way. And if you want to see more of the fundamentals and such behind ASML, you can go back and recap on my prior ASML video a few weeks ago. But let's jump right into my MES. As you can see, you had two filled here. This was a trade. I don't want to show the position size, but also we'll recap again on my spreads with UNH. We'll go into that. And Intel, yeah, guys, we have a ton of good stuff that I'll be making videos on soon. But let's recap this MES trade. Off the 0.5, so this time in force back here. Zoom in. This is where I was filling in. So I took the high and low of the day on this fib retracement and waited here for a double bounce off the 0.5. Entered above the 0.5, half size. I always enter half size above because I don't want to miss out on some of the gains. And my close out would have been where I'd exit the trade if my hypothesis was wrong, would be below this candle here, guys. And once we cross these EMAs 50 and 100 on the 1 minute chart, that's when I entered final size here. This green 663 is where we close out, and this is on futures, guys. Was doing this futures trade on Robinhood. Usually I'm doing it on Interactive Brokers, but I was playing around with futures on Robinhood today and not trading off Trade of 8 with Interactive Brokers. So this is where I close out. So it was a pretty simple trade. Use the bowling bands to watch direction. RSI wasn't too high or too low. That's when I like to enter. Broke down below the 0.5. Broke back up above the 0.5 on the day high and low. And pretty good force here with these green candles. moving up, bullish engulfing here, entered half size, finished with the other half size above these two EMAs, closed out here. This one was actually a 3R, guys, so this was very good MES trade on the day. Have been making some others. A lot of people are struggling in the chop, but honestly, for me, I'm kind of liking this choppiness because I'm able to do the spreads, hold most of the cash position, and in the chop, a lot of people say it's not as predictable, but in my opinion, if you're using the day's high and low, uh, there's not as big of a range, but I would say in some cases can be even more predictable because there is a lot of back and forth. So when you're getting a lot of double bottoms and such, the other day I had actually hit a double bottom. Okay, guys, here's one that I took on Monday. This is a double bottom. This is a very choppy day, and a lot of people were struggling on September 12th. So check this out. Bottom here, bullish engulfing here, double EMAs, and this was also, we'll draw the fib here, entry day here. This was also a 786 crossover. So there's a lot of good opportunity with futures or potential with the range. It's not as good for day trading options on SPY, but for futures you can make some good profit. Just have a quick stop loss, I would say, is kind of my strategy currently. So, little update on some MES trades and big update with ASML. Enjoy it, guys. Going to be coming out with some good positions that I have opened recently and continue to do so. Thanks again for watching, and we'll chat with you guys soon. Got some big news with Intel. INTC, if you guys want to take a peek.